Hello, my friends. Today I wanted to talk about pedestals and perfectionism. Okay, because it's so easy to see people on social media or with a YouTube channel and see our teachers as having something that we don't have. To see these people up on a stage, up on a podium, up on YouTube, whatever the thing is, and think that they have all the answers and that they have all their shit together and that life must be so perfect for them. And I've been put on pedestals, I always fall off. I've put people on pedestals, they always fall off because none of us is perfect. And where this can be dangerous is when, we put people on pedestals and we have all these expectations of how they're supposed to show up, particularly if they're showing up as a teacher, as a guru, as whatever. When we put people on pedestals, we hold them to an ideal that subconsciously we don't think is attainable for ourselves. And so when these people show their humanity and their flaws and make a mistake, they fall off that pedestal real quick because they're not living up to the ideal and the expectation. And when we don't have space for the humanity of other people, we don't have space for the humanity in ourselves. And this creates all kinds of separation between people and separation within ourselves from the aspects of ourselves that we view as not good enough, not desirable. And it keeps us from a truly objective experience of life. It keeps us from truly connecting with ourselves and others. It keeps us from really knowing what's in our spirit and in our soul. And it's disempowering when we put people on pedestals. We give our power to these people that are up on pedestals and discount the power that lives within ourselves, which is just as powerful as that person you're looking at. You are just as powerful as any of the powerful people in this world. One more time, you are just as powerful as any of the powerful people in this world. We all are made in the image. We all are tapped into the universal consciousness. We all have the same creative potential living within us. Just depends how we're using it. Depends how we focus. It depends how determined we are to use that creative potential in a way that serves our soul. So if you find yourself putting someone on a pedestal, acknowledge it, and then acknowledge the power that lives within you. And acknowledge that if this person is living a life that you want to live, know that this is just proof that it is doable for you too. But these people that we put on pedestals don't have any more power than we do ourselves. That is a dangerous trap to start thinking that way. And I know it can be a stretch to really think that we can do those things, that we can be these things, that we can put our life on that kind of trajectory, but everything is possible. There are infinite possibilities, infinite creative potential in this universe for you to tap into at any time of the day. What it takes is focused and concise intention. What it takes is the discipline and the determination to focus your energy and your efforts in the direction that you want to build. It takes work. But if you're going to go to work anyway, you're going to be doing some kind of work in your life anyway. So if you're going to be working, you're going to be using your energy, you might as well be using your energy to build the life you want. Oh, but Vanessa, I got all this going on in my life and I don't really think that. And oh, I tried this before and it didn't work. Stop it. When we get in these headspaces, we are actually using our creative potential to fuel the limiting beliefs. Oh, but how do I use my energy to do, how do I do this? How do I do this? It needs to become a practice of taking your energy and your focus away from the past, away from what has happened, away from the fears, away from the limitations, and focusing all of that energy on what you want to achieve, on what you want to build, on what you want to let in, and then creating space for that. And there's a video up here or up here where I go off about creating space and how powerful that can be in welcoming in what you want. So don't put people on pedestals, because all of us are just here trying to figure out this life on this planet, okay? And nobody has more power than you. We are all equals, we are all one, we are all connected. So if you are seeing something in someone else that you just think is the bomb, you are only seeing that because it also exists within you. And so the task is to recognize that within ourselves and feed it so it can flourish, build it, feed it energy. Treat it like you would a child that you want to grow and flourish. Treat your dreams like that. Because they need to be fed and nourished. Just like your body needs to be fed and nourished and cleaned every day. So do your dreams. Need to be fed and nourished and dusted off and brought up and loved. You know? And it's not going to be perfect. Perfectionism is a farce. Perfectionism is a distraction. It's a distraction to take your energy away from what you want to do in your life. It's a trap. Perfectionism is a trap. Perfection in the way that most of us view it doesn't exist. In the grand scheme of things, the entire creation, this whole universe, is perfect. It is perfect. And you're a part of that. So you are inherently perfect. What I'm talking about with perfectionism is the striving for everything to be a certain way so that you can be happy, so that you can feel fulfilled, so that you can feel good enough to pursue what you want. That is the trap and that is the distraction. Okay? Don't get caught up in that. In the perfectionism, in the putting people on pedestals. All of these two things, perfectionism and putting people on pedestals, is just reinforcing a subconscious belief that you don't think you're good enough. Why would you do that to yourself? Because you are good enough. And you being here, breathing right now, is enough. Believe it or not. You showing up and expressing your unique energy today in your community, in your life, is enough. You don't have to follow some formula. You don't have to emulate somebody else. In fact, you shouldn't, because you are meant to express yourself in your own unique way in this world. And we need that. We need your unique vision for the world. We need your unique expression. We need your unique voice here, today. Especially if you're feeling imperfect. You know what I'm saying. Come on, right? I get fired up about this because in my own life, I've spent so much time and energy trying to be something that I wasn't, because I thought that that's what I should be. I thought that that's how I would be accepted finally. I thought that that's how I would feel fulfilled. I thought that that's what would bring me happiness. And it never did. And it never did. What's actually bringing me happiness is embracing my whole crazy ass self. And embracing my unique purpose. Because we're not all here to do the same things. And just because you're maybe not like getting on stage and like doing whatever does not mean that your contribution doesn't mean anything. You showing up as a bright light in your community and smiling at people and thanking people is making more positive waves than you can ever imagine. And that is a beautiful thing. You showing up and having, like, I know I just went off on this, but getting real comfy with yourself and all of the aspects of you and all of the places that you've been and all of the things that you've done and all of the life that you've lived will bring satisfaction. Because we keep looking outside of ourselves to relationships, to material things, to money, to whatever, to bring us these feelings of connection, satisfaction, pride in what we're doing, validation. But if it's coming from outside, it will always be temporary. If you cultivate these things inside of yourself, they will live on forever. And it won't matter what's going on in the outside world, because you are satisfied and validated and loved inside all the time. That's the connection we're seeking. And a connection with the higher power. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Just don't put anybody on a pedestal, man, because none of us is perfect. And ain't nobody better than anybody else. We are all on the same playing field. We are all trying to figure this out. And social media is literally the highlight reel of everybody's lives. There are very few people who actually share the real vulnerable parts, when they're feeling like shit, when they woke up grumpy and they're yelling at everybody in their life. Nobody shows you that. And maybe that's okay. Because maybe these people just want to show up and give you the inspirational bits. But just know that behind the scenes, all of these people, myself included, are just human. We're just human. We're all flawed. We all screw up sometimes. We all say things we don't mean. We all do things we wish that we didn't do as we learn and fumble our way through this experience on Earth. We're all just figuring it out. So just remember how powerful you are. Just remember that who you are is a beautiful expression of the I am, and that is enough. Sending you guys tons of love. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, and be sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell notification. That bell notification down below will email you every time I put up a new video. So thank you so much for your support, you guys. Sending you tons of love, and I'll talk to you soon.